It's Monday, the 17th of August.
And here we are.
Here's the news.
The news. Monday morning, another week begins.
Another week.
I'm on Diamond.
I haven't thought of a funny name for myself yet. So.
That's not a funny name. She used to do TVAM when I was
Oh, did she? Oh,
yeah,
right.
I'm Diamond and some other dude.
I'm Trevor McDonald.
Trevor McDonald.
Clearly.
Yeah, things you might like to look at and check out. I mean, these are bits of things that have happened over the last few weeks, I think, and things I've noticed online. The new Gojira song.
Yes, that's amazing.
I mean, I was introduced to them through you. I had no idea who they were. Checked them out, and yeah.
Something about them. I'm not really into that much. I guess it's black metal. I don't really know the different subdivisions of the
Black metal?
music. Black metal. Like, and they're just... there's something about them, like they seem to get the power and also get the melody across in the delivery. You know, it's
They're very good at it.
it's really, really good stuff.
I don't know. They just have an air about how they play and how they perform. They have like a class.
Yeah,
it's like a class you can identify with. Like, this music doesn't need anything else.
It's like they play that kind of music, like in a kind of they deliver it in a sort of classic rock way. It's like fairly clean-ish guitars for that kind of music. It's not super scooped mids and all this. It's they're amazing. Love them.
Amazing band. Yeah, but the song is Another World. It's called, new single, and the video.
Yeah, it's great. That
is amazing. Go and check it out.
So go listen to it. Give it a chance, even if you're not into that kind of heavier stuff. I implore you.
It's great, absolutely.
It was announced last week that Winter NAMM is cancelled. NAMM.
Your nan?
My NAMM. NAMM. The NAMM show in California.
Was it?
Yeah, it's cancelled. I mean, they have 2 a year. For those that don't know, it's kind of like an industry.
Andy Snape will be gutted, won't it?
Yeah, it's like an industry convention. It's like the Comic-Con for musicians and music types. You know, guitar manufacturers, software developers, people that make audio interfaces, guitar pedals, drums, anything to do with music. They all go there. Companies announce their new products, so they kind of gear the release schedules around these events, and it's put a giant spanner in that works. Really,
yeah, it is, isn't it? That's. When was that supposed to be?
That would have been in January.
That's been cancelled, right?
They have two a year. The winter one's always the bigger affair.
Right.
And obviously the summer one this year has been cancelled. So it's like a whole year without any NAMM. And that hasn't happened since World War II. So it's pretty...
Damn, it's a big deal, isn't it?
Big deal. If you need any more like examples of how disruptive this whole COVID business has been, you know, that's what it takes to cancel this. They even had it through Vietnam.
Pete Ware.
Yeah.
Pete Ware over the weekend sadly passed away. UFO, massive influence on us.
It's kind of like it shouldn't be surprising, and it shouldn't, you know, seem to affect you sort of so much when to surprise you to learn that 70-year-old fella's died, you know. But,
who lived the life he lived, you know. Yeah. I mean, it's not. He's always a surprise, but when you read his book and you hear about the things he got up to, he lived a hell of a life. Clearly lived the life he chose to live, and to make it to 70, well, you know, he's had an innings there. Like, he's always a surprise because, you know, because he vanished off the scene for a while. He came back, didn't he, recently? But you always visit him when he was a youngster, don't you? You listen to his, you listen to him and see pictures of him and stuff when he was in UFO, and you just sort of detach yourself from the fact that he's got old. No, yeah, and it's sad, but anyway.
Yeah, I mean, and it's also amazing to see how many musicians, much arguably kind of bigger musicians, have come out and said how much. I
didn't realise. I watched the Dee Snider video. He produced Twisted Sister's first ever album.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a talented guy. He had the ear for the UFO kind of sound. You know, I like all eras of UFO, even when Pete Wade left and like the later stuff. But you could hear the missing Pete Wayness in the music. He just had that. He brought something to it all. And there's a good quote from Geddy Lee that UFO toured with Rush in the 80s, I think. Geddy Lee asked Pete Way about his sound, and he said, "Well, Glee, it's 75% nice and 25% horrible." So, you know, that's kind of the kind of...
That was the breakdown of his sound.
That's the breakdown of his sound.
Glee.
Glee, yeah. Well, Glee.
What's the story? Didn't they nail slippers to the stage?
I know Rush say that UFO were the reason they stopped wearing the kimonos and they finished that phase, you know, early because they just mercilessly took the piss out of him.
That's
brilliant.
Good. It was 40 years at the weekend since the first ever Monsters of Rock. Friday or Saturday, yeah, it will have been the 40 years since the first one, eh? Nearly as old as you. What was it? 17 quid for a ticket, or £7.50 or 17 quid for a ticket.
Bloody hell, to see
£7.50, I think it was.
To see Rainbow,
Priest, Scorpions, Saxon.
Gary Moore, is he on as well?
Oh, I'm not sure. There's a few bands. I mean, there's a couple of bands on the lineup. April Wine, they're a band I've heard. I've never really listened to.
I think they're Canadian. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's incredible. I mean, the Saxon, obviously, because they did the wrote and the band played on.
Yeah.
About that day, didn't they?
Yeah. What a lineup! What a lineup! Priest, Scorpions, and Rainbow Saxon.
That Cozy Powell as well. Well, sound checking. It did something to the PA, like with his bass drum. There was an explosion, and it was heard like 17 miles away.
I heard that story. Yeah. Check out a track online I found at the weekend. It's a cover of Riff Raff, DC's Riff Raff, with Neil Fallon from Clutch singing it. That guy can sing absolutely anything. We're big lovers of AC/DC, obviously. It starts off a bit weird, but as the song goes on, it really kicks in. I think it's a really great song. And excuse me for not knowing most of the guys that play on it. There's a guy called Tom Draper. I don't know if he's the guitar player with Carcass now. I don't know. But he shreds a great solo on that song. So check it out, yeah. Riff Raff with Neil Fallon. It's a great cover, that, yeah.
So live music in the UK apparently is back to, in pubs anyway, it's allowed again for the first time since March.
Right. If you've been, or if you've experienced anything...
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, let us know how it went.
Because I don't know how I feel about that, really. But,
strange one.
It's a tricky one. And again, like the NAMM thing, it's just so many mixed signals, you know, getting thrown about. Events are getting cancelled, yet the places are opening for business again.
It's very strange. I went to Blackpool Zoo at the weekend, you know, and I know it's not the same. You're not stood in a room watching a band, but the place was rammed. All right, there was a lot of things in place, but you know what I mean.
It's token, isn't it?
It wasn't going on. It was to an extent in the buildings, but you go outside and you're walking around and it's just rammed with people.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. The Blackpool Zoo did a great job, but
I know that once the schools go back in September, I don't know what it's like anywhere else, but in the UK, schools are going back in September, and nurses and doctors and things are preparing for like a really kind of violent spike once it happens, because obviously kids from all these different households, you know.
Yeah.
There's little carriers, aren't they?
Yeah, that's
so.
it.
So we'll see what happens. But fingers crossed. I mean, we've got a lot of stuff planned for next year, and then we've just gotta really hope we get through this. But I also saw Andrew Lloyd Webber had sat in a vaccine trial, and it was kind of his sort of, because obviously he comes from the arts, he wants to be at the forefront of, like, you know, come on, let's get it. I'll volunteer myself to you know.
Play.
So I thought
I've always liked Andrew Lloyd Webber. I've always thought he was a bit of a dude, like interviews with him and stuff.
I'm not forgiving him for cats, really. But I really hope that was Andrew Lloyd Webber. I'm going to look really stupid. No, I've got now again, so
Nobody watching this knows that either.
No,
so
I know.
What are you talking about? What are you worried about? We've got the band Empire joining us on Friday. They're coming in. The Empire lads are going to come in, and we're going to record some stuff with them. Empire are a great band. Become this great live band. They got some great shows. We've played with them a few times. We've had to follow them before. I think we had to follow them in Ibiza. They played an acoustic set, and they sound amazing. And you'd gone home. You had to go home, so it was left with me, Stephen, and Neil. You know, so we had our A game.
Yeah, guitar tech.
Out. But yeah, they're amazing band.
Yeah, they're a really unique sounding band. There's not a lot of bands around right now that sound like them.
It's hard to nail down who they sound like.
Yeah, it's very good anyway. So
unique.
Keep your eye out for that. We started writing again. Some Massive Wagons news. We started writing again.
It started a few weeks ago. We got some ideas down, and we kind of completed, you know, by ironing a few issues out and adding a few bits and pieces here and there. We've completed the first new song for the new album, hopefully.
Normally at this stage, when you've just released an album, you're out preparing for your tours and your live gigs and things like that. But obviously that ain't happening.
No,
so we got a bit of time, so we thought we'll start writing again.
Make the most of it, I think. Absolutely. Yeah, the ball is rolling.
Cool. Well, I think that's enough news for this week. I think that's as much as people can stomach on a Monday. So this is something we'll be doing every week now, every Monday. Please comment. Please let us know if anything cool's happened to you this week. We'd love to know about it.
Yeah, that's it. Let us know what you think of the videos we've recommended and any opinions on anything you might have. It's all good.
Yeah, I'll stick the relevant links in the info below, so you can go and check out the necessary.
Have a good Monday.
Have a good one.
See you in a while.